Welcome to Notary Insights Live with Tech Amaku and Tiger Toledo. The show will be starting shortly. Thank you for your patience. Welcome to Notary Insights Live with Tech Amaku and Tiger Toledo. The show will be starting shortly. Thank you for your patience.
Peace, peace, peace. This is your international sales and marketing hitman, your humble hip-hop sales coach, Tiger Toledo. You already know what it is, man. You rocking with the best. You heard? And I am accompanied by Mr. Automation himself. Tech, introduce yourself, brother.
Greetings from the West Coast, more specifically the state of California, the Golden State, in the city of Eastside, Oakland. I'm right here with my man Tiger Toledo, who is a killer on the graphic. Man, who's better than you on the graphic?
Tis the season, baby. Tis the season. Yeah, my kid's about to kill me with these costumes, man. This is going to cost me $1 and change for 2 costumes, Tech. Ridiculous, man. The costumes are getting a lot more expensive, man.
What are they dressing up as?
One's Noah's gonna be something from Fortnite, and then Christian's gonna be one of those big inflatable air things. I don't even know what that character is, dude. It's just like really huge, though. It's like filled with air. It's like, so we go to Spirit. Anybody that's familiar with Spirit, you know that Spirit has an excellent business model. I actually admire their business model. So they pop up in just random malls anywhere, right? For like maybe a month and a half, 2 months. People buy their costumes, and then after Halloween, they disappear. So guess what? You can't return your stuff. You can't go back to the store and say, I want to return this, or, they make a killing, bro. I researched it. They make a killing.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
That's their business model, and that makes perfect sense.
It's amazing.
You're stuck with the item.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. You can learn so much from other businesses. That's why I tell notaries, Tech, all the time, man. I'm like, if you can, study other business models that are successful, are doing the right thing. Now, you may not have the budget, you may not have the infrastructure to do it at scale like they do, but you can take little things. Like, I'll give you an example. When you see that Starbucks, if you're a patron of Starbucks like I am, I'm a Starbuckian. If you see Starbucks is rolling out pumpkin spice lattes, they time it to perfection that they're going to start rolling out the holiday Halloween drink. You may want to do that as well. Like in the beginning, nobody's going to catch on. Nobody really cared about this pumpkin spice latte in the beginning. But after years of doing it, it became like they're expecting it now. It's like
everybody has it now.
It's like the McRib for McDonald's. They can make a McRib all year long if they wanted to, but they made it seem like it's this exclusive sandwich. Like you can only get it when it's available, and then it disappears, y'all. There's no more beef or whatever meat they put in it. So you better hurry up and grab it. Or around Lent, McDonald's rolls out the double fish fillet. Come on, y'all! Listen, they making sandwiches exclusive for certain times. They're making drinks exclusive. You could do that with your notary business, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. You can do the same thing. Use that exclusivity and say that for the month of September, Life Insurance Awareness Month, we do power of attorneys 2 for 1.
Boom.
We do updates to your trust certification during the month of October for 40% off or whatever it is, or you do 3 for the price of 2.
Exactly, bro. Wintertime, I used to do most of my power of attorney parties happen at the final quarter of the year. I would, because I know that families get together around the holidays, ladies and gentlemen. Families come from different states to have Thanksgiving dinner with Nana. It's not often that you get multiple families in the same room like that. So you can take advantage of that and say, hey, look, we're doing a power of attorney holiday special. Get 2 power of attorneys, get the third one free. Oh, how would I be able to do that? Well, and then you could go into when that best time is. Well, traditionally, most families get together around the holidays. Oh, yeah, our family is getting around, together this holiday. Well, there's usually more than one person that needs a power of attorney. So if they choose to get a power of attorney, as well with you, you can get a third one absolutely free. You just made $500 at the same table.
Now, what are you dressing up as?
Who, me? I'm going as a britch.
What?
You know what a britch is?
No.
That's a broke rich nigga. I'm trying to find the perfect midway between that nigga look broke, but then somebody else could say that nigga look rich. What outfit do I need to wear to look rich?
Yeah, what do you wear?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I could be that guy that goes into the car dealership and he like, oh, I'm not gonna wait on him because he looks broke, but then I could buy any car in that dealership though. So
okay, so I'm
going for the britch look.
You're gonna be DMX Halloween.
I know you're gonna dress up Kimba, right? What do you think about putting Kimba in?
He was probably gonna be he's probably gonna be it was a couple of things. The fluffy the animals like the lion and like the elephant, those are like the cutest ones. He'll probably go as a pumpkin, have the hat on. He don't really like stuff on his head. So, the pumpkin outfit, it comes with a little hat that you can put a little chin strap on.
Okay.
They take that off. So either that one or I would be like Pooh, Winnie the Pooh, and then he would be on my stomach. He'd be like the little pot of honey. So it would be like a combination.
That's gonna be funny. Take some pictures. We'll throw it on the live, y'all, and rate it.
Yeah, but at the end, he'll probably go as like some type of animal. Dress him up as an animal, like a bee, or some type of like zebra or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what Austin went in as, a little baby bear. You know what I mean, like a Winnie the Pooh bear.
Yeah, it's cute.
But ladies and gentlemen, we have a great show for you today. Today we're going to talk about $10 an hour jobs that notaries have been doing. They're $100 hour jobs And then you also have $500 jobs, which that's what you really need to be doing to leverage your time and your money. But we get stuck in these $10 an hour jobs that we're wondering, why are we not making the money we're supposed to? I'm busy as hell, Tech. I'm running, I'm ripping, I'm on calls, I'm doing all of this. I'm printing out paper, putting Post-its. Why am I not seeing the money for the amount of energy that I'm putting into this notary business? And this may be that one show that will change everything for you, and hopefully it will. Tech, you want to add anything to the $10 an hour to the $500 power play?
Yeah, man. I see people online who do so. On the surface, it might be obvious, and you may think to yourself, "Well, general notary is the $10 an hour joint, and loan signing is the $100 an hour joint, and then apostles is the $500, possibly." But I see the way I see it, where people who are who don't have any exposure to this, they're just sharing what they do, which I give a credit to those people who are open and willing to share with the world, the public, what they charge, what they don't charge, and how they price their services. It's just amazing to me that, well, you would just put yourself in a category where something like general notary work, for example, would be $10, when it could be, like we were saying, it can all be $500. It could really be. It just depends on how you answer the phone call, how you present your business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so interesting you say that, like, because in this episode, they're probably thinking that way about general notary versus apostille, and it has nothing to do with that. It's the actual activities that you are doing. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. So, we're going to cover the 3 tiers of wealth creation for notaries. The real game isn't about working hardest, because if that was the truth, all laborers would be billionaires by now. Construction workers, the plumbers, the electricians, they work hard. The people that are laying down the black tar on the expressways, they work hard. You're stamping a piece of paper, goddammit. You're putting your signature, you're John Hancock. How hard is that? You did something right. That's what that means. That means you did something right. It's about upgrading what you work on. So we're going to go into the $10 one right off the rip, Tech. Right off the rip, we're going to go into the $10 one. So the $10 one is the working bee. This is the person that is like, I just need to get through the day. Your energy is task-driven. You have no leverage, and you are easily replaced. Why? Because you're only $10. Like, it's no sweat off their brow. If you say, I'm not working with you anymore, who cares? You're $10. We'll find another $10 worker. So here's the task of a $10 worker: printing and scanning documents, driving to appointments manually. And Peck, you could jump in at any time, bro. Driving to appointments manually. Believe it or not, that is a $10 job, y'all. That look, it is what it is. I know you calculated in your cost. Hey, that's how I make my I'm able to bump up my prices because of the travel fee. What if you wasn't traveling then? What if you wasn't traveling? Your cost is going to stay low? Okay. Answering every call and text, that's a $10 job, y'all. I was a receptionist, I know. They didn't pay me like they paid the other. The janitor was making more money than me. And I was the face of the damn health club. Everybody saw me first. I was representing the health club. I was the face of the health club. I got paid damn near the lowest. I was answering calls and texts. Or they didn't have text then, but I was answering the call. I was the receptionist. $10 an hour job. I was chasing unpaid invoices.
That's a big one.
Oh, that's the worst, bro. Out of everything that I diligently attacked in the notary business, that was the first thing I wanted to eliminate. Chasing unpaid invoices. I didn't like 2 weeks going by and saying, oh man, this company still didn't pay me. I didn't see any check in the mail. Let me call them. Hey, can I speak to John? Oh, John got transferred to another department. Well, we did a notarization for John the other day, and we still haven't gotten paid. Oh, let me transfer you to this department. Oh, let me check on this. Oh, John never put it in. Dude, oh. That was one part that I hated in the business, and I had to eliminate that entirely. Now, if you don't pay up front, nobody in my team is going. No one. And then updating social media inconsistently. What do you think of those tasks, Tech?
Yo, it's funny that what you described is the basic description of most notaries. Printing, scanning. That's a large majority of their description. And driving to appointments and then also doing the social media posting. Like that's a large majority of what their task is. And it's unfortunate because that's a $10 notary job. $10 task.
Yeah. Those yeah. So basically you're wasting your time because you're unable to leverage your time and your money the way you need to. So ask yourself, how many of those tasks are you really doing? Now we could go into the descriptions and then we could also go into the positions, but I'll let you guys read over that so we don't slow up the show too much with that. So we're going to go into the $100 an hour job. But the descriptions, I definitely recommend you guys read the description so you can see exactly what's it costing you and then the growth leverage. Like, are you able to leverage that? So the $100 an hour is more of the worker to the controller, Tech. So automated, this is the person that is going to be starting to automate their call handling, preferably with Sabrina, of course, Sabrina AI. They're now creating local partnerships with law firms and title companies. I hope you guys see the difference in how they're able to leverage that from a $10 an hour job. They're also systematizing their operations. They have templates like call scripts and invoices ready to be sent. Their CRMs and SOPs, which, again, Sabrina would be a great fit for the CRM situation because as soon as they call, it automatically captures their phone number if their name is present, and it inputs it into your CRM. And then SOPs, if you do plan to branch off and, believe it or not, you probably haven't heard this, franchise your notary business. Yes, you can franchise your notary business if you think outside the box. You're optimizing your marketing funnels and lead nurturing. Very important. That's $100 an hour job because your marketing funnels have to do with sales copy, copywriting. So you have to craft out the right message. And with ChatGPT, it's gotten a lot easier to do that. The lead nurturing will be your email marketing, which again, Sabrina AI does. You can participate in that. Request a free demo. But the lead nurturing, when you're rolling out promotions like the Starbucks and, you know, the McDonald's and those companies, they're sending you messages. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. You know what I mean? McRib is back. So those are $100 an hour jobs, if not more. And then, of course, investing in education, sales AI tools, and negotiation. What do you say, Tech?
Bro, do you see the difference between how this level of task has now been elevated over than just printing and scanning, driving to the appointment, posting on social media? What those tasks, what they describe is more of an holistic approach to the full operation. You're carving out more of the identity of what it is that you're doing. And on the surface, it looks like it's just a notary business.
Mm-hmm.
All I do is get an order from a title company, a signing service, and then I go out and execute it. That's what it looks like on the surface. But as we can see, that's a $10 task. Executing that part of the job, it can be, that's the reason why they can find a notary dime a dozen. That's the reason why SnapDogs exist. They just push it out to 1,000 people, and then they figure out, well, who can do it?
Mm-hmm.
But now, when you talk about the $100 task, see, what y'all got to understand is that type of task is so highly refined that it's not just, you can just plug somebody in. You're talking about refining the marketing funnel. That means the gold company, the company that buys gold that needs to get an affidavit signed, and they do this on a monthly basis, but they just switched offices from downtown Chicago to out there in the suburbs. How is it that you can now speak to them so that you can maintain a connection, maintain a level of business with them, and that they don't just change your mind and go somewhere else? You got to change your messaging. That just because you switch your office don't mean that we can stop. See, Kimba's sitting here laughing because what y'all don't understand is the 90% of most notaries are doing $10 tasks. And
yes.
Then he's like, Kimba has heard this so many times that he's just laughing. He's like, man, they still don't understand that those are $10 tasks, and $100 task is automating the call response, investing in your sales scripts, so that when somebody asks you how much does it cost, you don't tell them the price without even doing any level of information gathering. See, that's how you refine and you get smarter and you fine tune your sales processes. Those are $100 tasks. Those. It's such, I mean, if you don't see that by now, somebody just built you wrong. They put your feet on top of your head and they put your hands on your legs. You gotta understand that we can't help you. We can help you, but you gotta come to the table understanding this basic foundation knowledge, which is driving to an appointment, printing and scanning documents, sending manual emails, chasing down invoices. A robot could do that. But can a robot do the refining of your sales funnel, of your marketing messages? No, that's why it's a $100 task, because it's very hyper personalized.
Yeah. No, and for those that are wondering, like, hey, I'm doing this, how do I get to that? And we're not saying that the $10 an hour jobs aren't important. What we're saying is that you have to learn how to fire yourself from different positions. You have to learn how can I fire myself from driving to 5 appointments per day. I'm getting tired. I'm getting exhausted from driving to 5 different appointments a day. Oh, and then if you are doing the FedEx run, is actually more, right? So you say to yourself, how do I remove myself from that position but still make income? And that's where you explore different areas, like the agency side of it, where I commission other notaries. And let me tell you once again, for those that believe that you are the flyest in the game and there's nobody that can do the loan signing as good as you're delusional. You are John Wayne Gacy delusional.
Delulu.
There are very proficient, very effective loan signing agents out here, very accurate trust estate package signers out here, like really, really good. This ain't one of them professions where it's a crapshoot. One thing I like about this industry, Tech, is that a lot of the notaries are honest. They'll let you know. They're like, oop, I've never done a trust package before. And then you could base your decision and say, oh, well, do I go with this person or should I walk them through it? Or what? You know what I mean? Now you can base your decision. I've never had a situation where I offered a package to a notary and the notary was like, I know how to do it. But then when they saw it, they're like, I don't know how to do it. They told me off the rip, I've never done one before.
All the time. Yeah.
Right? That level of professionalism is magnifique. That's awesome, dude. Then you can move your business around that. Do I use this person? There's people that have told me they've never done a power of attorney before. And I said, no problem. That's what we specialize. I'll walk you through it. And in that way, you'll know how to do the next 50 power of attorneys by the time I'm done with you. I'm going to show you how to fish and give you your own fishing rod.
You know what's funny about that? I'll hire a notary. Like I just brought on a new notary about 2 weeks ago. And I sent him out on his second appointment. I sent him out to the water board of the county here, which is a huge corporation. Like their office is down in the federal building. Mm-hmm. And I just threw him in there. This guy, he's an older guy. He's actually in his late 50s. He might even be in his 60s, but he's late 50s. And he's a brand new notary. And I just threw him in there because of what you're just saying. Like their level of professionalism is so high. But at the same time, check it out. This is what he said. When I sent him the appointment, all I do is say, hey, Tiger, are you available today at 1:30 p.m. in Oakland? $150, or $50 or $65. They don't say nothing about the document type. They don't say nothing about printing or scanning. All it says is, are you available at this time in this city? Here's how much it pays. Yes or no? So he replied yes, and then he will also, now keep in mind, this is his second time working with me. So he also replied back, hey, can you tell me what kind of document it is? Or tell me the name of the document type, and then also tell me the number of signatures there are. And I replied.
Now, what you say, Tech?
Being considerate. I was being considerate because like this guy, he's never worked with me before.
Okay.
Now I just told him the document. I said it's a signature. it's a signature, and there's going to be 1 to 2 signatures. That's all I said. And then I followed up and I said, avoid asking or explaining about the document. And then he replied, this is via text message. Then he replied, I just want to be ready. I just want to be prepared, but I'm definitely going to make sure that I do a fantastic job. Now, here's what I was getting at. And I've done this in the past. And that's why I'm guessing that's why you laughed a little bit. The reason why, this is what I was getting at. And I want you guys to take this to heart. The document don't matter. The document type doesn't matter. It don't matter. Find your notarial wording. That's why you talk about, if you've never done a power of attorney, we'll walk you through it. How cool or how comfortable was the notary when, after you explained to them or after you walked them through the power of attorney? Were they confident after that?
Oh, a lot of them, I've never talked to them after that.
Here's what he did, though. After he did the document, I always follow up with him and I say, how did the appointment go? And he says, it was the easiest piece of cake. Man, y'all go through so much anxiety and stress, going to Google, trying to figure out, this is where y'all go wrong. Somebody calls you and says, can you please notarize this theft affidavit? Then you say yes, and then you go to Google, and then you search theft affidavit. And then you say, I just want to be ready. And then you get to the appointment, and it looks nothing like what you looked up. Then what? Studying documents will be your downfall. It will handcuff you.
I never heard that one before, Tech. Explain that.
Here's
Studying
where
the document will be your downfall.
It freezes you. It shackles you, because if somebody says something over the phone that you've never heard before, then all of a sudden you are afraid to go and take the doc.
You know what? Now that you say that, I'm thinking about that, man. You right. You are right. Wow. That just sent chills through me, because I remember when I first started, I was definitely afraid of touching a loan signing document. I would cancel an appointment. I wouldn't even take the appointment. I'm looking for a reason to tell the client, no, I cannot take your appointment just because of that type of document. Haven't even seen it.
Never seen it.
Don't even know if it's completely elementary where it'd be like, oh, sign here, sign here. I don't even know. I haven't seen the document, but I have talked myself out. I have scared myself out beyond my wits to even approach it. I know there's a lot of notaries doing that, because Brother Dre, he had to do the sign with confidence thing.
Right.
He had to do the sign with confidence course, because there were so many people afraid of taking the phone call because they never seen this document. Wow. How do you solve that problem, man?
Well, first you got to figure out, how do you even price it? Not only have you not seen it, so you talk yourself out of it, but you don't know how to price it. So then by the time you get there, you're like, damn, it was either easier than I thought, or I didn't charge enough. I have to do more work than I anticipated. So how do you get over that? Dre has a perfect way to get over it, and that's exactly what I would recommend. Don't go crazy. Dre said, if you can read, you can sign it. Look for the notarial block. Why are you trying to explain stuff to people? They don't care what you think. They know you're not their attorney. Look for where the signature lines are. That's all you look for. Where are the signature lines? And I always throw it back at the client. I say, have you examined this document? Do you know where to sign? All I'm looking for is your signature lines. The contents of the document, none of my business. You can be selling half to the United States of America. I don't care. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to be an impartial witness of your signature. Do you know where your signature lines are? Have you taken a moment to examine this document to find where the signature lines are? That's all I care about. And then I'll do another second look over it and then make sure that you signed all the lines correctly. But your bank account numbers, your social security number, all that stuff, I ain't even looking at that. I don't care about that. All I care about is signature lines. And Dre would say, if you can read, just look for the damn signature lines. That's it. Problem solved.
Now, somebody may want to call the notary police on me after this one, Tech. Real talk. But this is what I would do. I would look for mistakes. So my biggest thing was, like you said earlier, about did I price it correctly? I would always price. After a couple of $30 notarizations, I was pricing my notarizations correctly because it was more than enough to cover my second visit. So this is the strategy, ladies and gentlemen. Pro tip. I would charge the client more than enough to cover my second and even possibly third visit in case I made a mistake, or most likely I'm going to make a mistake on this document. So what I do is I tell them, I said, this covers for any revisions. So for instance, and this is what I would tell the customer, Tech, maybe the bank forgot to send you a certain document.
Right.
Maybe they didn't want it in blue ink. They decided they wanted it in black ink, and you needed me to come back out. We would not charge you for the second visit or even third visit. So what that did for me is, if I did have to go to their house the second time, I saw where the problem was. Registered, noted, filed, locked and loaded. It will never happen again. It could have been a costly mistake, but because I priced myself correctly, it wasn't. So it was a learning experience, a paid learning experience. Tech.
Notaries are afraid to admit how often this happens, where they undercharge for something and then they make a mistake and then they have to go back out there and this is why they get so pissed and so upset, because they have to go back out there and they have to do it for free. Like you can't, it's your fault you made the mistake. Why would you recharge the client to go back out there? It's your mistake.
And they get disgruntled. They get very aggressive with the clients. I've heard that. They get very aggressive with the clients because they know that now it's cutting in on their profit, and now they're very rude and disgruntled with it. It's like, well, what happened? Well, that's not our fault. Well, technically it is. Well, no, well, you're going to have to scan it, take a picture, and send it to me so I could take a look at it and then see if that's something that we did or it was something that you. It's nasty. It's a nasty exchange.
And here comes a one-star Google review now. And now they're getting these bad reviews on their Google page.
Heck, and then they're going around telling people never to use you. You know, that's basically what that one-star review is. It's them word of mouth bad mouthing you to anybody that they possibly can bad mouth you to, whether they know them or not. We're about to go into the $500 one, but before we do that, we're going to take a quick commercial break.
As a business owner, you're juggling a lot, and managing phone calls can quickly become overwhelming. That's where Sabrina, the AI voice automation that turns calls into clients, comes in. Imagine having a reliable 24/7 assistant that never misses a call, handles routine questions, schedules appointments, and directs important calls to the right people, all without needing a human touch. This frees up your team's time to focus on what really matters, saves you money, and ensures every customer gets a consistent, professional experience. It's like having an extra set of hands so you can focus on growing your business, not just managing calls. Scan the QR code to book your free demo today.
$500 an hour jobs right here. This is where you are really taking control. All right. So let's go into this. This is where you leverage everything. How many things? Everything. So one, now mind you, you're still a notary. You're still a notary, but now you're launching digital products, courses, templates. If you are well versed in a certain category, there's people that could use your knowledge. There are people that can benefit through your experiences and what you have learned through your journey of being a notary. The teaching online course platforms is growing exponentially, like in the billions now. People are actively looking for communities to go to, groups, and courses that they can study at their own time. Do not oversight that. So launching your own digital products, books like I've done, online courses, Tech has done that. We have a wonderful community for Sabrina, which is the AI Command Center operating room. Wonderful community, and people congregate there, and we share ideas, we share strategies. Huge. You can reach many people at once. Licensing your notary systems to others. This goes into the franchising. This could be your online course. There are times that other notaries instructors license my course to put in their curriculum. You're leveraging work that you have already done. Hosting webinars and master classes. This is a way of scale where you can reach multiple people at once. Optimizing your paid ads. I don't know any other way where you can max out visibility without paid ads. You could post, 100 times, and maybe like organically, maybe you'll get 3 or 4 videos that might go viral, and I'm talking about baby viral, like 1,000 or 2,000 views or something. But that's not consistent. Optimizing your paid ads is going to be consistent with the cash flow, with the visibility, with the inbound calls that you're going to get. You want that. And then, of course, delegating admin to AI like Sabrina. And if you don't have Sabrina, you have a virtual team where you're paying employees out there in the Philippines to answer your phone calls, 8 hours a day, where Sabrina can do it for 24 hours a day. But you are buying back your time. Tech?
Very few people are going to reach this level. Everybody can reach this level. You can absolutely get there, but this is not something that you come into the industry with and right off the top, you become an expert. Those things where they talk about having 10,000 hours or 1,000 hours, or at least having some ability to at least fail or at least to be able to refine your technique is going to be paramount. And you can tell now you may be able to get away with it in the short term, but in the long term, you're going to just fall. I think the paid ads one is the master classes and the stuff like that. Like if you have a certain specialty, and let's say you have for example, field inspections is really hot right now for some reason because it's another job. So people are going to do field inspections, and they're so people want to give these master classes on how to sign up with another field inspection company, which sounds a lot like how to sign up with another signing service, how to sign up with another title company. It's the exact same thing over and over again. If you have some type of specialized knowledge or on how to do that, then go ahead and host your masterclass. Go ahead and go for it. But in order to get this $500 an hour skill, it's going to take some time.
Yeah.
It's going to take some time, baby. You got to put in some work. You got to fail. You got to refine the technique. So that's just I still have to add in there. The paid ads is a good one because it changes all the time, and you got to be able to see how Google's AI changes, how to shift from different seasons in the summer, what may not work in the fall, and then what happens when something out of your control takes place. A war breaks out, pandemic breaks out, or stock market crashes, or the price of materials and shipping lines go out. That stuff affects how people get notaries done. Or there's a mass layoff for some reason. People, they spend money differently. So how is that going to affect how you your Google Ads? You have to respond to these conditions that you have no control over. But teaching people how to do stuff like that when you just learned, I think is dangerous, man.
And the way I look at it is, this stuff isn't difficult. It really, when I compare these things like a Google Ads or creating a webinar or masterclass, I say to myself, man, it beats lifting center blocks any day. It beats, laying down a hot tar any day. All I need to do is read, learn a couple of strategies, and tinker. Dr. Dre it, man. Swiss Beats heat makers. You know what I mean? That's all. I'm DJ Quick. I'm just producing the right melody, the right flow. That's it. So, yeah. Anything else you want to add to that, Tech?
It's just coming into this industry, just be careful, because just like my baby says, everybody gets a chance to say something. Everybody gets a chance to get on the camera, get on the microphone, and people can say anything. So you just got to be careful, man. What are people? Are they talking about $10 work, baby, or are they talking about $100 or $500 work? Which one are you? If people are on camera showing you how to do $10 work, like, here's how many papers I can scan. Here's me driving to each and every appointment. Here's me posting on social media. But how do you elevate that into a $100 hour job? Well, you can maybe put together these social media packets for other people to download. I would do that if you feel like that works. I don't think posting organically on social media works to obtain clients. Brand awareness, maybe, but I don't think that's going to help you get more clients. That's my whole thing. How do you get more clients? So when you're looking to take master classes and learn and take courses, understand, are these people talking about $10 hour tasks, or these $500 or $100 tasks that they're trying to explain to me? And doing the call script is one. Practicing those high level skills, how to create master funnels, how to create these environments where I can go out and speak to get these long-term clients. Like, those to me are $500 tasks, and you want to be able to do more of those than the $10 ones. What's up, Austin?
Okay.
You mute? Okay,
yeah, I'm good now. So the moral of the chart is you have your $10 an hour jobs, then you also have your $100 hour jobs and $500 hour jobs. Your goal to get to the $500 an hour jobs is to start eliminating yourself from these positions. So again, if you are running every single appointment, you're answering every phone call, start putting things in place, to systems in place that can run without you, to fire yourself from those positions. And again, Sabrina is designed for that. This is a software for notaries that was designed by notaries. We've gone through what you have gone through. We have went through the ups and downs, the peaks and valleys, the inconsistencies of the cash flow. We've gone through a pandemic in this notary industry. Some people on here have not experienced a pandemic and even know what happened in that pandemic. Tech, what happened in the pandemic with the notaries? Everybody was a notary guru.
Everybody was an expert. Everybody was an expert saying the same exact thing.
Everyone, bro. There were more courses being rolled out than you knew what to do with them.
YouTube was full of them. Oh my God. Every Clubhouse was full of them. Instagram, everybody.
Oh yeah, that was the pandemic blew up Zoom and Clubhouse. There was industries that blew up from the pandemic. And then, as Tech and I seen, the gurus started to disappear.
Yeah, because they were all doing $10 jobs. They were showing you how to do $10 jobs. They were showing you how to drive to appointments and how to print paper and where to get the best deals on reams of paper and toner. Like, that's okay. I get that being content, but that's a $10 an hour content. You know what I'm saying? How are you answering the phone? How are you acquiring clients? Tell us that. I don't care about how much money you made. It has nothing to do with me. It may not even be a lot of money to me. I don't care about that. People care about how can you help me get clients.
You know, but also I would add, Tech, you know, because a lot of the notaries are scrambling, right? They're Fred Flintstone scrambling in these streets.
Yeah.
I would pose the question, if you are ripping and running crazy hard for $2,000 a month, $2,500 a month, $3,000 a month, and I told you that there are notaries out here that are making $15,000, $20,000. I think the highest I heard a person made in 1 month with $30,000 a month. What type of work are they doing?
Yeah.
That's what I would ask myself, right? And you should ask yourself that question. If I am exhausted for $3,000 a month, how is it that these people are making 3 times as much as I am, and they're not exhausted? That is leveraging. That is where you want to be. Because if you're exhausted and you're only making $3,000 a month, you're doing something wrong.
Exactly. That's a good point.
Any last words, Tech?
No, that's it, man. That's a great show. Great topic. Leave some comments below. Tell us how you want to level up.
Yeah, and definitely book a free demo with Sabrina, ladies and gentlemen. You'll see the QR code pop up on the corner there, and you can scan that QR code at the bottom or go to heysabrina.ai, book a demo with Sabrina, and then you'll see exactly how we can help your business. And it doesn't fit for everybody, but for the ones that it does fit for, it works really, really well. So until then, peace, love, happiness, and lots of money. Let's get it. Peace.
As a business owner, you're juggling a lot, and managing phone calls can quickly become overwhelming.
That's where Sabrina, the AI voice automation that turns calls into clients, comes in. Imagine having a reliable 24/7 assistant that never misses a call, handles routine questions, schedules appointments, and directs important calls to the right people, all without needing a human touch.
This frees up your team's time to focus on what really matters, saves you money, and ensures every customer gets a consistent, professional experience. It's like having an extra set of hands, so you can focus on growing your business, not just managing calls.
Scan the QR code to book your free demo today.